Welcome to DHN. I'm your host, Wade Teamer. Don't be off-put by this hat. What's under it is a lot worse than the team. In this video, though, we're talking about a comment from Shark Tank's own Kevin O'Leary. You may be familiar with the name, but his comments are in relation to everything that has been going on with the FTX situation. And of all the information that has been presented, these words are the only ones that have stuck with me, because they have deeper implications for what I think is around the corner, what's coming after all of this, with everything with the proof of reserves, FTX, money being stolen, trust in the crypto industry, all of these things, right? Let's just jump right into it. If you're new here, we have a different approach towards crypto, okay? We cover the industry movements. We cover the utility, the technology side, all right? But we'll talk more about that later. Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary says FTX investment went to zero and needs one thing to happen before touching crypto ever again. Now, we're going to jump right to this quote. It's going to be broken into a couple parts. We're going to start here first because he highlights what has happened in 2022 in just one sentence here. He says, what's going to happen is there won't be another situation like this for institutional investors ever again. We're simply not going to put capital to work until this stuff gets regulated. What is occurring, and I'm just one voice in it, is I'm going to fly to Washington and I'm going to demand regulation, and I'm going to demand regulation now. He goes on to state, and this is what really pulls me in, guys, is that he's going to start with one thing. I don't think we can solve for every single asset in crypto. I want to do one thing, and that is to pass the Stablecoin Transparency Act, because that allows us to use the US dollar as a payment system. Now, there are two things we're going to break apart here. The first part of this quote, where he talks about institutional investors not touching crypto again until it's regulated, that on the surface makes sense. Of course they wouldn't. But it's when you look at what has happened in 2022, or let's go all the way back to December of 2021, the Staples Center became the crypto.com arena. And now that we're a year into this deal, guys, the deals have not stopped for crypto.com arena. I have already secured exclusive events going all the way into 2025. In addition, you add on top of the fact that this year we've seen more celebrity and athletes endorsing crypto projects, and we can't forget about the crypto Super Bowl that we saw, where FTX, Coinbase, and so many others were promoting digital assets, digital currency adoption. This was that year. Okay, that was the first 6 months. And then all of a sudden we get to the summer, and Three Arrows Capital, Terra Luna, Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, FTX. Oh, I told y'all in January, this is going to be a hell of a year. Okay, told y'all that. And here we are. But the reason why that I am bringing up these words and why they are so impactful to me is the fact of the Stablecoin Transparency Act. Because when you look into this, guys, this has been in the works for quite some time. And the reason why it's so important, because if they're getting ready to amp up stablecoin regulations, that means that projects with stablecoins are going to be the most valuable. Now, let's just mention a few that we're fans of here on the channel. XRP and XLM. They recently launched 2 stablecoin partnerships in nearly the same region. Okay, we have 2 arrangements in Europe, both from XRP and XLM. And then we have Novati, who just made an arrangement with XRP and XLM to run their Australian stablecoin. At the top of the year, VeChain unveiled their stablecoin. Aave, the GHO stablecoin, they have been receiving a lot more recognition. And then, of course, we had the situation with Tether needing to verify their reserves, USDC responding to that, and establishing more partnerships and expanding their deal with MoneyGram and things of that nature. And then we had the situation of Binance and their consolidation of stablecoins. So while all of this chaos is going around and the euphoria, the new payment system is what's being constructed. Okay, that's why these words are so impactful, and I share them with you now. But it gets deeper. So I was doing the digging on the Stablecoin Transparency Act. Like I said, this bill has been in the works for a number of months, and you can see here, and I'll place links in the description to all the information that I share in these videos, because that's how we do it over here. Verify. Don't always trust, verify. Shout out to Jesse Powell. But this is the official webpage here from the government. But like I said, this has been going back for quite some time. This is an article I got May 7th of this year, courtesy of Cointelegraph. The United States turns its attention to stablecoin regulation. This is when we get introduced to the Stablecoin Trust Act, which is essentially another name for the bill that you may be more familiar with. Now, it states the U.S. is continuing to be a global leader in embracing the cryptocurrency industry, thanks to Senator Patrick Toomey. Last year, President Biden signed the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, and it included some legislation that would impact the crypto sector. That was a very big topic of discussion. People were freaking out as to what this was going to do for the space. And we have evidence that ever since he set forth these initiatives, we've had more companies come into crypto. We've had more brands come into crypto. We've had more governments come into crypto. You see, you got to let these things play out. Okay, you have to let these things play out. If you're new to the space and you come across this channel, I'm always going to preach patience. Pace yourself. Let these things unfold, because crypto moves at 150 miles an hour every second. Miles per hour second. You get what I'm saying here. Slow and steady, because you want to watch these things evolve. You want to see developments happening. That's what I'll show you on this channel. Now, let's continue this, guys. I'm going to take you straight to the part where the juicy information is. The Stablecoin Transparency of Reserves and Uniform Safe Transactions Act of 2022, dubbed Trust for short, makes the U.S. likely the only country, or at least the only Western country, to fully regulate and accept stablecoins as an official part of the financial and banking system. Introduced by Senator Toomey, ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, who are, as of recording this video, currently meeting right now, the Stablecoin Trust Act forces stablecoin issuers to adhere to certain rules. The regulations in the act are sweeping and comprehensive. The bill clarifies that payment stablecoins are not securities. This is a great thing for the industry. The bill also refers to stablecoins as payment stablecoins, digital assets that can be converted directly to fiat by the issuer. So the next section of this article is going to go over how this ties into the whole CBDC research that the United States has been experimenting with, right? Isn't it interesting that, remember, this comes out in May, but early October, I believe, SWIFT, which is one of the biggest payment facilitators in the United States, came out with the news through Chainlink that they now have the ability to merge together stablecoins and central bank digital currencies. That leaves the options open here in the United States, and that's what we like to have, is options. Okay, this is the path that his quote sent me down, guys. But let's keep going, because with everything that is going on with these exchanges, I alluded to an institution that is very rarely spoken about in crypto. If they entered the crypto space, we probably wouldn't have had this problem. But now that we've had this problem, it opens the door for the FDIC. Okay, now, contrary to popular belief, and this is a fact sheet that was published by the FDIC themselves, and I want to say this was in 2021, what the public needs to know about FDI, deposit insurance, and crypto companies. Now, to summarize this, pretty much, no crypto company has access to FDIC insurance. FDIC is that little banner you see every time you go to a bank or credit union, or when they say your account is insured up to $250,000 in damages or losses. That's through the FDIC. What we see in crypto forming, and this is courtesy of, I had the article pulled up, but I can tell you the story because I was reading it just before recording. Binance, they're that huge wealth fund. They're putting like $1 billion into it. They're attempting to do what the FDIC has been doing for almost 100 years now, right? So we've had a problem. The current problem right now is these crypto exchanges not verifying where their funds are coming from. The FDIC is the one financial institution that has the power and the resources to essentially force them to do that. Okay, so how does this all tie into the Stablecoin Transparency Act? Let me show thee. So we go back to October of 2022, banking agencies to provide guidance on crypto after better understanding the risks. Mind you, note the date here, October 20th, 2022. So banking regulators expect to provide insurance industry guidance to financial institutions on crypto-related activities once agencies better understand associated risks. This is coming from acting chairman of the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. We must understand and assess risk associated with these activities the same way that we would assess the risk related to any other new activity. He also added that a potential future payment system based on the use of a stablecoin, which are crypto assets typically pegged to the US dollar, should complement the Federal Reserve's forthcoming FedNow payment service. Now, we're going to stop here really quick. I got more for you, but I want to highlight these connections to the FedNow payment service. There are so many payment initiatives rolling out, and they're all being scheduled right in the summer of 2023 at the exact same time that FedNow is being rolled out. Why do you think that is, ladies and gentlemen? It's because these stablecoins are going to be an integral part to this future financial system that's looking to be built here. And again, like I said, if your project that you're holding is invested in stablecoins or has their own native stablecoin or is running stablecoins on the network, you're in the money, because this is what's happening behind the scenes. While the chaos is ensuing, the development is still occurring. All right, let's finish this out. He goes on to state that payment stablecoins would also be safer if they were based on permissioned blockchains with a robust governance and compliance mechanism. Insert whatever blockchain you want right there. Back in July, the FDIC urged banks that serve cryptocurrency companies to ensure that customers know which of their funds will be insured by the government in case of collapse, noting it was concerned that customers could be confused about the security of their assets. So, what I'm giving you in this video, outside of my opinion, is the solution to the problem that everybody is having fits about. It's the FDIC. Once the FDIC gets into crypto, then these companies will be legally forced to verify their holdings. If they don't have the money that they say they don't, the market will destroy them. This is another thing I want to share with you too. The FDIC, along with the Federal Reserve, issued a cease and desist order against crypto lender Voyager Digital, which filed for bankruptcy in July, charging that the company misled customers to believe funds invested on its platform would be guaranteed by the government, just like Coinbase tried to do. Interesting though, they didn't take Coinbase down. Voyager did. Smaller company, makes more sense, right? So on that note though, we can go back to this here. Let's see. Crypto, yes, cease and desist letters to 5 companies. There were 4 other companies outside of Voyager that got that letter. And mind you, dates here, August 19th, 2022 is when these letters were sent, right? Look at who got one of these letters, ladies and gentlemen. Read the FDIC's letter to FTX US. I'm pretty sure that in August, your favorite crypto influencer was trying to tell you about FTX. Okay, I discussed FTX. I knew about it, but I kept it. I didn't make any content around it because I knew that FTX was coming in too new, too hot, too fast. All right. And that's one thing you'll learn the more time you spend in this space, is that when a project comes in too hot, too fast, it crashes. Okay. Coinbase stock did the same thing. ICP, do you remember ICP's Coinbase listing? If not, it was disgusting. The token debuted, it dropped on the platform. Price went up to $444. In 7 days, ICP was down to $183. After a month, ICP's $40. Too hot, too fast. Okay, too hot, too fast, guys. But I wanted to bring this up to you guys because, like I said, if your project is supporting a stablecoin, they are about to become very important. But that's all I got for this one. My name is Wade Teamer. Thank you for watching Digital Hustle Network. If you're new, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Also, don't forget to check out our DHN Crypto Journal for 2023. With all that being said, you know what I'm going to tell you. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, that money is digital. So it's the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next video.